Every year in the 90s was amazing for movies, but there's just something about 1999. What's up, everybody? So it's 1999, the last year of what I believe is the greatest decade ever in movies. And check these out: Fight Club, which is in my top five favorite of all time, The Matrix, The Green Mile, American Pie, because we're still kind of, I think, around the peak of the teen movie comeback that started with, I believe, Can't Hardly Wait. The Sixth Sense, one of the great debuts ever for any director. 10 Things I Hate About You, here we are with the teen movies again. American Beauty, which was, I think our introduction to Sam Mendes, who later on went to direct Skyfall and Spectre. Magnolia, which doesn't get a lot of attention, at least as far as I'm concerned. I know it's a crazy movie where it's like there's no through line as far as narrative is concerned. It's just all of these different vignettes and characters and kind of how they exist in the same world, basically. And I think one of the last great dramatic performances for Tom Cruise. It's one of those movies that his performance in that movie doesn't get talked about enough. He's the biggest movie star ever, so I can understand why other things are discussed, but go back and watch him in Magnolia. It's really something special. She's All That, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and it always kind of makes me chuckle a little bit that, everyone was like hugely anticipating this because it was the first Star Wars movie in God knows how long. And I remember watching it and feeling as if, because I watched it way later, feeling as if this was good, but it's definitely not as good as people are making it out to be. The hype was so huge, and I guess because people just wanted it so much. And also because I laugh a little bit because, the prequel trilogies are not good, in my opinion, but they've kind of had this new appreciation because the sequel trilogies are just so abysmally terrible. Notting Hill, which is an interesting premise. It's kind of fun with Hugh Grant and Julia Roberts. And really, I just came to know Notting Hill and appreciate it from that line that Deadpool says in the first Deadpool movie that references Notting Hill. Dogma, I'm a big Kevin Smith fan, at least 90s Kevin Smith. I'm not a huge fan of his later work, but definitely the things that he did in the 90s. Big Daddy, Girl Interrupted, The Boondock Saints, which is directed by Troy Duffy. Now, if you don't know that name, it's because he's only done 3 movies. Boondock Saints, the sequel, and another movie I can't even think of that came out in 2020 that he didn't even direct. So he's only directed 2 movies, but man, those Boondock Saints movies are awesome action movies. They're tons of fun. Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, the comedy that we all needed but never knew that we wanted. The World Is Not Enough, great James Bond movie, but still when you can kind of get a feeling that it's about to go off the rails, and it eventually did with Die Another Day. Varsity Blues, another teen movie. And The Insider, with Michael Mann doing his thing with Al Pacino and Russell Crowe, just 2 of the great actors of their time and delivering just amazing, amazing work. Anyways, you got any favorites in this list? Let me know in the comments below. Smash that like button, give me a follow, and I'll see you guys next time.